Hey guys, welcome to another episode of SUBterra Tech. This is episode 2. We're going to get right into it. In today's episode, we're going to be trying to get through all these resource cores, and we might even get up to the basic blob and the basic transmutable shard, which that's all EMCable. We'll have to figure out a way to probably, I don't know how I really want to play this, because it looks like we can turn 9 of these basic transmutable shards into a block. But if we can get one of these, which we can just get infinite, we may have to set up automation of the cores just to try to get a mass amount of EMC. But I guess we'll play it as we go. Just doing a little bit of inventory clear out. I've done a little bit of preparation. I need to make some copper sheets. Just make 10 of them to start with. We need some fluid pipes. We'll get 8 of those, I guess. Make a mechanical pump. And realistically, what we're looking for is a spout. I might go ahead and make 2. Might be something that we'd be interested in doing. So, what we have to do is we have to get molten. Okay, it looks like I have to put another piece of grout in here. And I need heat in here, so let's grab some coal. Yeah, because that's completely empty. Hopefully this works as intended. It doesn't really look like it has. Let's throw another one in. Because I just want to try to get this emptied out. Let's throw that other one in, and we'll see if that does it for us. If not, I'm just going to break it. Okay, so it looks like we're just going to break it. That's the easiest way to solve that problem. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kill that. I don't really know the best way to do this. Let's swap sides of this. So it gives us a little bit more room to work with. So let's think about this. So what we're trying to do is get 500 millibuckets of... Well, let's look at the recipes here. So it takes 500 millibuckets at each step to make an iron resource core, which we can use that to get iron over 400 ticks, which I think is every 20 seconds. We can make creative cores as well, but that's going to be quite a ways away. That's future use. It looks like if we could make a fluid encapsulator, we can do it that way as well. So, for whatever reason... Oh. I don't even need to, actually do that. I can just take a block and 2 ingots of iron, pour it on a basic resource shell, and then that'll make our core. So that's 11 ingots. There was a much more efficient way to do that. So basic resource shell down. Then we're going to feed this thing 3 bits at a time. And once we get done with this, let's actually swap this back over. That way so that we can get this as close to automated as we can. Let's go ahead and make another hopper or 2. So that requires chest. Might as well make a few of them. Place you in the top. So how many have we already placed in? 6, right? So that should mean we need 5 more. I kind of messed up my counting, but we'll see. And this shouldn't take very long at all. And it's automatically pouring out, so that works out really well. So I don't guess I technically even need these, but we have them just in case we'll need them in the future. I know we'll need them in the future, but... Is that all the iron we need, or do we need more? I'm going to give it a second to see if it's going to harden up. Doesn't look like it. Let's place another bit of iron in here. It can't be missing much. Like, that's pretty much full. It does take a few seconds for that to smelt up each ingot. Looks like 8 nuggets are still in there. And that's going to pour out iron bars for some reason. Whatever you want to do, bud. A little bit more efficient than me just completely breaking them. But that means we now have the iron resource core, which we can place in here. And through 400 ticks, we should get our first bit of iron that just straight up generated. Which is very nice. To actually complete the quest, though, we do need to make a mechanical mixer and a basin, which takes a bunch of andesite alloy. Do I have any left over? No. So, andesite alloy, we need iron nuggets. Nice basin made. Mechanical mixer, that takes 2 more. Let's just go ahead and make 4, might as well. We got our whisk, so we need an andesite casing and a cogwheel. Nice and easy. Looks like we also need to make a mechanical press, which is just another andesite casing and a block of iron. Which is, once again, super simple, as we should have enough iron. Maybe not. We definitely have it crushed in here, though. We'll give that just a second to smelt up 2 bits of iron. Let's do a little bit of inventory clearing out while we're here. No need to keep most of the stuff on us. I needed that andesite casing. Cool. There's all the iron we need. Just need to make this into a block. We also needed a shaft, which isn't hard to get. Let's grab a hand crank out as well, just in case we need it for anything, which I don't see why we would. So that unlocked those quests. Let's get our rewards. We get a piece of netherrack for that. So we can now make a blaze burner, but there's no real need for one, as we need a bucket of coal. So we're going to need 20 coal, it looks like, for that. So let's place down a basic resource shell. Place in our 20 coal up here. That should work flawlessly. You can see that this is now generating us infinite iron, albeit it's slow as can be. But it's infinite, and I don't have to every now and then put gravel in up here. Very nice. We get that to start pouring out the coal. Can I make a bigger smeltery yet? Maybe not. But let me just quickly grab this iron one out from in there, just to complete it. Throw it back in. So we're definitely going to need more of these fluid encapsulators. So we're going to have to melt down more compressed grout, which I believe is just straight up EMCable. And it looks like our coal is now done. So we'll place that over here for now. We will get these automated, like, we'll have the export set up here in a minute. I'm just trying to get them to run for now. Alright, so basic resource core is just pouring it out onto a flat table. So what we can do, place down our grout up here. We'll just get it to do a whole batch. And this shouldn't take very long at all. And if we look into it, let's look into the smeltery controller. Why is caps not going? I have no clue. Or let's go to Tinker's. So, if we look in here, I'm trying to find the smeltery part of it. May have went too far. Looks like I have. It ought to be somewhere right in here. All the parts. You would think they would all be in a group together. All the pants. Right, here we go. So we're looking for smeltery controller, which is copper onto a seared brick, which is very doable. But we're making some of the resource shells now. Next thing's gonna be copper and then zinc. Do we have zinc? Yeah, we do. I'm gonna have to smelt a little bit. Actually, I might get bonuses over here. I'm just gonna let that pour out there, and however much it is, it's what's it gonna be. Because that's 4 should be more than enough. Okay, so our basic resource shell. What are we gonna need? Copper is 500. So is that just 1? Or am I being dumb? I'm not actually sure the conversion rate. We'll see. We'll see what ingot turns into. An ingot is 90 millibuckets, so that means we're going to need 12 in total, right? So we got 4 now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so each ingot is 90 millibuckets. A little bit worse than what I thought it was going to be, but it's all good. So then we just need the same in zinc. Which I'm not even sure we actually have to smelt first. I wouldn't think I would have to. I'll just throw 8 in there to start with. After this is done, of course. We can start pouring out. And then this is going to leave us a little bit extra copper. Like, not much at all. There's our copper node. So I guess let's go ahead and throw in 8 zinc. Oh, it can't do it with that there. Okay. So, how do I rid the world of you? Nope, that's not how you do it. I guess I could break it. Oh, okay, I see the issue. I was being stupid. You do have to smelt before you can put in. So we're going to need 12 of these smelted up. And I'll be right back once we're done. Alright, so this is almost done. We can pour that out onto the basic resource shell. And that's going to harden up and turn into our zinc resource core. So that gives us 4 of the resource cores. So this looks like it's going to use these. So it may be worth automating all of these, which is quite frankly going to suck. Rather roughly, I should say. So that's going to make a basic blob. Right. And a basic blob 10 times in a press turns into a basic transmutable shard, which we can place in here for EMC. But we really don't have a good way of generating EMC yet. So what I'm just trying to figure out is the best way to do this. I mean, sure, I could set up 4 of these side by side to set up these to be automated. But let's be realistic here. It's not going to be that bad to just make more of these if I have to. Because they're really not that bad to make. Just for fun, we'll throw in some more grout. And we'll see how that goes for us. I'm going to let this run for a little bit and get a little bit of zinc before I do that. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't really care that much. Let's just leave it in there until I can get up the press here. So I need a 4-step press and then a hammer down. So we need that. We don't really need any of that. I might take the hand crank just to see it. Then I need like a deployer thing. So that's going to take brass, which we cannot make actually. I don't think anyway. Yeah, we would have to mix copper and zinc to do that. I don't know how to feel about that. But either way, it looks like I need a deployer. And I haven't got a piece of brass as a reward, have I? No. Certainly doesn't appear that way. Okay, so we do have to get deployers. So let's see here. What's going to be the easiest way to get brass? Looks like it's going to be mixing. So, okay, so that's why it gave us the netherrack, which is EMCable too. So let's do that real quick. Then we needed some iron sheets, which I think I have one. And apparently I don't have any more iron on me, which is a bit unfortunate. So we need 3 more of those. And I believe the recipe went like this. And that's how we get a blaze burner. So that takes a copper ingot and a zinc ingot in a mixer above a cauldron. Does that have to be powered? I don't think it would. I guess we'll find out here in a second. Place the blaze burner down. I think I have to give that coal, so I'll actually open that up a little bit. And we'll actually place it back up there at surface level, so it's easier to feed. We are going to have to power the whisk thing. The mechanical mixer is what I'm now realizing. So we need the basin. That's not correct. That was a really dumb placement. Yeah, so something like that. And then from there, I gotta figure out how to engineer rotational energy over, which is going to be quite the task. So I've got a gearbox there. I could place just a chain of gearboxes up to a gear over there. I don't hate that idea, actually. I think I have... Okay, apparently I can't type the letter G in here. So let's grab out 25 gearboxes. It's going to completely drain us dry there. Is there a better way to do this? Probably. Well, I'm not actually going to need all 25. I need a vertical gearbox right here. Because we can have a shaft going down here. And shafts running across. Then we'll need another vertical gearbox right here. This will actually work. It's not going to be that resource intensive either. And then I do need a cogwheel for right there as well. Not a large cog, a small cog. And we'll need another vertical. We'll grab 2 more vertical gearboxes. Gotta escape somehow, though. Okay, it's not going fast enough, so... That's unfortunate. So I guess we're gonna have to do more of the nice transfusion of power into more rotational energy. Oh joy. How can I rig this? I'd have to move that back, honestly. Which we can do. It's just a mild inconvenience. Do I have a bucket? Or 3? Not gonna be in there. If I have one, it's gonna be up there, which I don't. What a shame. Buckets are EMCable. Can I smelt a bucket? No. Oh, I must have... I think I already had a bucket in here. Throw the gearboxes back in there. I just need buckets. Thank you. We'll let that flow down. Let's grab out some more gears, or cogwheels. We'll grab full stack of those. And grab out quite a few of the large cogwheels as well. We're not going to use all of them, but it's nice to have. Gotta get back up out of that hole somehow. I mean, that's quite a few more uh, rotations we should be getting. Well, that doesn't work. That's going to maintain rotational. So large cogwheel there. Small cogwheel, large cogwheel. Can't place you there. So we have to go this way. Then large cogwheel. Small, large, small. That might be enough. Want to make sure we've got enough space cleared out for the water to flow down into where it isn't going to destroy everything. Make a quick moat around here, essentially. Just to be on the safe side. We'll do that number. And that should mean we can do something like that. Why is that getting no rotational speed? Did I do it backwards? I did, didn't I? So you want your... Low-key confused. So, I mean, there was here, small cog, turning a big cog. Yeah, I've got it backwards. One moment. That's the kind of things that happens. So right here should be correct. So you want the small cog turning a big cog, which turns another small cog wheel. Um, is it like that? I can't remember for the life of me. I mean, I literally have the blueprint right here, though. So we want the big cog turning a small cog that runs into a large cog. Like that. And then we want a big cogwheel coming off of that. That is incorrect. place down a shaft to give us a little bit of space. And then we'll want a small cog, which gets turned by a big cog. That seems to be actually working correctly. Yeah, it is. And this should actually make this much quicker as well. So, finally got that to work. Took a hot minute. But we got it there. So now, we have the blaze burner. So we was trying to make brass, right? Yeah. Which is going to be copper and zinc, which are two resources that we should have quite a bit of now. Make sure we put it in even amounts as well. Kind of hard to throw stuff in there. I think I have to give that coal as well. It certainly appears that way. So that made molten copper. We got molten zinc now. And it's starting to make brass. It's a little slow, but now that it's going, it's actually not that bad. And this will probably be enough brass to last us for at least a hot minute. This takes a brass hand as well, which is 4. So you still have stuff to do. Throw a little bit more in there, that way so it gets back to making it. Brass is not EMCable. Shocker. How do we make a brass sheet? Oh, we actually have to press it. Ugh. For my own sake, let's try to get this addressed. That is not gonna work. So that looks like that takes an input from the back, maybe? Yeah. So, I'm almost wondering how I'm gonna make that turn right there. We can do that. That works. And then we just need 2 more gearboxes. Vertical ones at that. And I'm just too stupid to realize that before I place them down. Cool, so that needs a... I don't remember what they're called. It's like a depot. Yeah, so that takes andesite alloy and andesite casing. So andesite alloy, which we have. Grab down our depot, place you there. And then hopefully this works. You weren't meant to go over there. Alright, there's our brass sheets. Okay. This is a little retro fit thing. It's not going to be fantastic, but it'll work. So we're going back to making our deployer here. So we got our brass hand. Now we just need to make a brass casing, which is a brass ingot on a strip log. Really simple. I can make a few of them just via the tree here. You know, might as well make use of it while it's here. So that means we should be able to grab a shaft from in here and make ourselves a deployer. Okay. So where does that leave us? Looks like you're going to be another one that is going to be a real treat to power, so we'll grab another 2 vertical gearboxes. Probably not the most efficient way to power them. We need another depot as well, don't we? So, did I have another andesite casing? Or alloy? It doesn't look like it. So that's going to be andesite, which is right here. And some iron nuggets, which I should have. Apparently I don't. So, we'll just grab 36, separate them like that. And we'll make 18 andesite alloys. What else did I need? Oh, for a depot, andesite casing. That's right. That's right. Grab ourselves a depot. And now that's functioning as it should be. Let's make ourselves a step up that way so it can actually... I don't know why that's not ridding itself of that last bit. And that fell into the world's most inconvenient spot. But we got it back. Now it's free from debris. So basic blob. So it takes iron, copper, coal, and then zinc. And then it just got to get hammered 10 times. So we'll grab our coal, our iron, our copper, our zinc. What order was that in again? I don't want to mess this up. So it goes iron, copper, coal, zinc. So we'll put our iron first in iron, copper, coal, zinc is the order in which I believe it was. We'll double check that. And we also have to have the basic resource shell down. Ooh, how am I going to make that jump? Maybe I can pick it up. Hopefully. So we need a basic resource shell. Place you there. And we got our basic blob. Collect our reward there. I believe to make this, all we have to do is let this hammer itself 10 times. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to quit counting now. And we have our basic transmutable shard. So transmutable shards are how we will start generating EMC. So it looks like to me that is going to be our only way to really advance. We do get a few there. What's the dependencies here? Okay. So dependencies on this are mystical transmutable shard, which is going to be down here. So, let's throw those in there. Let's clear out a little bit of this garbage from the inventory. I say garbage, like some of it's not really good stuff for us. I guess first order of business is going to be to automate all these cores. Might not be a bad idea. So we're just going to need a bunch of this stuff here. Apparently I forgot to turn that on as well, which is mega unfortunate. And we'll also need one to do this, so let's grab our... Let's grab ourselves another pickaxe, because ours is soon to break. Do I have all my seared stuff in here? I do. So seared melters, seared heaters, casting table, casting basin. I don't need those. I need tables. We'll take some drains as well. Other than that, the only thing we really need is levers, which I don't think I have EMC'd. Which is no problem at all, because all they are is cobblestone and a stick. Burn you. Nice and easy. I'll probably put this upside down to start with. I actually didn't for once. That's a pure miracle. And we'll just grab ourselves some building blocks. We'll go with some oak planks. Okay, so the way that we're going to automate these is we're just going to... Do we do the casting tables? Is there an item pipe at our disposal at this point? How do we get redstone? That is ridiculously expensive. So I think we can get into pipes. It's going to be a little bit janky to get the redstone. So we're going to go through the bulk washing, and we're going to have a 75% chance off of these 218 crushed raw iron. Because it looks like we're going to need about 3 redstone per, and a bunch of iron. Let's look at the actual wrench for that. What does that take? Okay, we can use sticks and flint. We can get gravel, so that's no big deal. Let's just quickly get rid of that for a second. So encased fan, so it takes our propeller, so we need andesite alloy, not zinc. I made a slight mistake there. What else? Andesite alloy and a shaft. Okay. All quite easy stuff. Propeller has been made. And now we have an encased fan. I don't remember if this takes power, or like rotational energy, or if it's just a lever. Given that it's create, I'm presuming it needs rotational energy. And we also need a bucket of water to make this work. We'll grab our oak planks because we're gonna need them. It probably would have been smart to bring some shafts and some cogwheels. And as such, we'll bring a few gearboxes as well. Because we're just going to rip some power off of the side of this. And we're going to try to kind of have this as far over here as I possibly can. which shouldn't be difficult to do. I don't really want it back there, actually. Or do I? Because I can move that, and realistically, that's not permanent. So maybe I break that stair, and what I'll do, place you there. And we'll place our encased fan back here. And I believe these things take rotational energy into the back of them, like that. We'll place down our gearbox there. And then from there, we can place a shaft over to... We could place a gearbox there, and a shaft there, and that starts pushing us, albeit slowly, this way. And from there, we just need to place our water down right there, but we'll need a slab of sorts. Or a pressure plate will work as well. Place you there, place the water, and so now we grab our crushed iron. And this also refines the iron into nuggets as well, so it's kind of a 2-for-1. So this is going to take just a second. But I've already seen some redstone form in there. It's going to take it a second, but we'll have our early game redstone. We need a bunch of cobblestone for what we're trying to do as well. Didn't really mean to throw away the planks. Kind of need those. And just like that, pretty much a full inventory. So we'll do that, and then we'll just shift click. I don't know how we exactly ended up with a odd number. Oh, there was a bunch more iron in there. That's how. Oops. Balance the grid. Still an odd number. Okay, I think we'll be fine now. There we go. That makes a lot of sense. That actually gave us a bunch of iron and a bunch of redstone as well. So now, let's make ourselves some item pipes. So we need droppers. We'll future-proof a little bit. We need some of that iron I just deposited as well. So that was enough to make us over a stack. Only other thing we need is flint and a few sticks. So let's grab ourselves 6 gravel. And we'll just be lazy and craft. And make ourselves a pipe wrench. So now we have easily movable stuff. And this will allow me to feed out of the coal generator once we get it done. Because we're going to have to make 2 sets of everything. Or just 1, actually, to get started. Maybe an additional coal might be necessary. But we'll find out, I guess. Let's crush down a little bit more of this into these basic resource shells, because we're going to need a 5th setup for those. I guess the real question is, do we do it through the seared casting? I don't think we do. I think that's... Or, sorry, through create. I don't think we do. Because seems to be a... So we still have to get it into a fluid form. Right? And, like, that's the problem, because you need molten iron. Really, the only way to do that is to melt it. So why wouldn't we just pipe out of one of these with the basic resource shells? Oh, we're gonna need quite a slew of these, or else we're just gonna end up with one type, which, you know, hindsight's fine, but, you know, don't really want to. So let's grab all of our smeltery bits again. So we need melters, heaters, casting tables, and faucets. I guess we'll do a quick little land clearing time lapse. So let's get right into it. Alright, so we're back now. And so first things first, I need to grab a new pickaxe. We'll throw that one into the... Well, maybe we can't throw that one back into the fire pit. We'll break it right here. Hopefully I actually get these back. I'm not sure if I will. Okay, that's probably not ideal. Hopefully that's not permanently stuck there. What happens if I break it again? Okay, they go away. So let's just break these real quick because they're completely pointless at this point. And, you know, they're just 2,000 EMC, so that's not much. Okay, so first things first, we need to get up our heaters. So, heater, which will be, we need to prep to have coal flowing through already. We're probably going to have to make like 9 or so of the coal generators. Just so we can have... I think we need 5. That seems correct. We'll grab our melters, place them on top. And hopefully I never have to access these. So, we'll do that and place our casting tables in front. I guess if we have to, we can still access them from the side. Yeah, this is fine. It's a bit wasteful, but eh. Of course, the one torch I place in here is in the way. We'll have to figure out something for that because we need grout, which is its own issue. And I've got that kind of backwards as to what it should be, but yeah, it is what it is. What do I need? Let's grab another resource generator. Let's fix that to make it correct. This is going to take just a second to break. Then we want to grab our pipe wrench and set all of these to extract from there. It's not going to be anything quite yet, but it'll get there eventually. Oh, not you. You. Yeah, we can place that over to here so we can make more coal over here. So first things first, I guess we need to go back over here and make another set. So let's grab some grout and finish out this. Do I know how much this needs? Absolutely not. But we got 12 of these basic resource shells right here, so that'll be plenty good. So I think it takes 20 of each resource to make a node. Or at least that's what I'm going to roll with. I'm not exactly sure about the coal, but we'll just do 20 anyway. I know it's 20 of everything else. That was a dumb way to do that. That seemed to have actually mathed out correctly. What a surprise. We'll get started with our iron one. I mean, it's going to take it a second to smelt up, but it'll eventually get there. I'm probably going to go ahead and get all this set up, and I will be back to show you the progress. Alright, so I've got... Oh god, this is broken? Oh, okay. So maybe what I need to do is also have this set up to feed back into the system. We'll see if that works. And hopefully that can operate quicker than that can't. Nope, it sure does not. I'm going to have to figure out a way to take a comparator off of this block here and send it back, I think. Oh, that reminds me, I still need to get the copper set up over here. I mean, I already had the ore melted down. I just had to actually get it out. I have an extra coal one as well now, but yeah. I think iron may be the only one I actually have that problem with. Um, and compressed grout's going to be an issue no matter what I do. I could do like a long redstone clock back there behind it. Like maybe every 20 or so seconds. You melting down? Yeah, you are. Cool. So all of these should be starting to form up. It just takes a while. Especially the coal is going to take a while because I think it gets like 30 instead of 90 per, so we'll look and see what it jumps up to here in a minute, because if it's only 30, what we may do is have 3 of these running. Was it at 850? Let's see what it jumps up to this time. One is going to go first. We'll see. So it's 50 instead of 90, I think. 1120. About to smelt down. Yes, that's 90. So we can almost deal with having another one of those bad boys up there, which is really simple since we already have the material, already have the core. And if we didn't, we're automatically making them. The problem is going to be trying to hook this in without getting a crossfeed somewhere. That was not good. That's what we want to do. Why are you not? Okay, there we go. That should be working now, so now it's getting twice the coal. So in theory, we should get a few more coals than anything else. Not a whole lot more, but yeah, a little bit. Now, how do I solve this problem? I guess the only thing that really comes to mind is to set up like a little redstone clock back here. Is there a redstone, like a really small one in here somewhere? I don't know why caps lock is on. There's no clock in. I'm just trying to see if there's a timer. There's a pulse timer, but that requires amethyst, which I don't have a way to get. Okay, so comparators, or repeaters it is, if I can remember how to make them. So it's smooth stone, redstone torch, and redstone dust. Easy enough. We need to get a little bit of smooth stone, so we'll just cook up one singular piece. And then we'll have infinite, so not much to concern ourselves with. One singular bit of stone. Throw it into the pile. Grab 2 stacks out. So now we need sticks. We're way overbuilding. I think 8 will honestly do. And then we'll just give it a flash pulse. Hopefully I can give it to the back of this and it still be able to read it. I want as much delay on these as possible. Okay, that gets a redstone signal from there, which we don't want. So we'll have to do this instead. We can break these center blocks out. It doesn't make a difference. I might actually need a comparator right there. So let's look into making one. So that takes a piece of nether quartz, which we can get by washing soul sand or crushed raw gold, which we don't have. There was... Okay, we can mill crushed... Okay, so... do I have a hammer? Okay, we do. Get our crushed netherrack in. hold on. What did I do wrong? Nothing? Okay, there's our another quartz. I got confused. But we're all good. Take our comparator. We'll take a piece of smooth stone to make it look nicer. Never mind me. A little piece of scaffolding there. Place you there. Put you there. And we want a repeater ran into it. And that will be our only piece there. Okay, so now we need to give this a really short pulse. Okay, that doesn't work, apparently. So maybe what we do... how can I do that? So I need to essentially power... Hold on. If I take a repeater into there... I guess I can do something like this. Something like that should work. That's still way too quick. We're going to have to increase the amount of repeaters in here by quite a bit. Let's go make more. And since I'm an idiot, I didn't pay attention to the crafting recipe. Honestly, 23 might be enough. Let's do a quick little breakage. This is the only way I can see this working. A bit of a pain, but it'll work. And we'll do this that way so it's very rare that we have an iron bar be made. It'll still happen occasionally, but not near as often. That's not going to work like that. We'll grab a piece of stone. And then we'll go take that piece of stone. Something like that, maybe? And then let's give the old pulse. This is definitely a lot longer. It backfed? Yeah, that's no good. Okay, it's rating itself right here. That should work. I actually need to place this up through here. I don't know if it makes any difference, but we'll do it for the love of the game. Let's actually break this out a little bit more. That's a little bit longer, for sure. Oh, I fell down into a pit that is impossible to escape unless I break this. Got it fixed just in time. Why do I feel like that signal is growing? Ah, well, we'll figure it out. So it should be very rare that it's actually able to be a problem. Like that is a problem. Why are you not extracting from here? I'm confused. Is it not able to take it out from in there? Let's grab a chest. We'll place it down there, then we'll try to feed them all through the chest. Huh? How does that work? Eh? How are you getting coal? Let's go grab yet another pickaxe, because as we all know, we run through them like hot butter since we're just using stone. I guess all of these were full. I need a place to store all that. You shouldn't be able to get coal. Where is it connected that it's not supposed to be? Right here? Maybe? I bet that was it. So that's working on itself. Place you in. I might need to make another grout smelter, because I don't know if it's going to be able to keep up. I kind of doubt it will. So at 3 a piece, that makes 300. I think that's going to be operating at a deficit. Let's get this chest out from in here. We don't want it. We do want our basic resource cores in here. The only one that's ever really going to be a problem is the iron one, which luckily is our closest one, so it's less of a problem. But what we can do to lessen the problem is, for now, we can do something like that. That way, so if it messes up, it can only mess up for 3 stacks of iron, which is quite a bit still, but yeah, what can you do? I suppose I shall place this over here. And then we dump the rest of it into this mess of a chest at this point. That is full. So we got what I will describe as automated cores. So the only other thing to really automate is pressing them, which this also takes another shell. I'm wondering if we shouldn't go ahead and make a couple more of these gravel ones. And I've got to figure out a way to automate feeding this. It's semi-automated. Let's just say that. Yeah, so it just gets that pulse every now and then it's good to go. Right, here's our next the world. What is this? A item to clog up my inventory. Yay! We can get a bunch of trees that way. And then we gotta make brass, mechanical crafters. And then we unlock the crushing wheel. Oh boy. So we're gonna need a bunch of these mechanical crafters. And then it looks like we're gonna get into blood magic. Which is cool, I guess. But we're up to 7 zinc, 5 coal, 4 copper, however many of these that is. I don't really trust that. It does seem like we're currently operating at a surplus. The only problem is this, because we are putting in quite a bit of grout. That's just going to take time to do its thing. Do I have an iron chest somewhere here? I should, right? Maybe not. Let's make one. Just for more junk to go in. I know that we're going to need these archwood saplings, which we can EMC those. Probably not a horrible idea. Only thing really left to do with these is smush them down and then really smush them down. So this is a 5-step process. We're gonna need 4 deployers. I'm trying to remember how to make them jump from place to place. It's I think I can do this on a conveyor belt, which I can do that with my kelp wherever it went. Because they make conveyor belts. Or maybe they're just called belts. Mechanical belts, which are 6 of these dried kelp. Make 1 since they're EMCable. Grab a thing of them. And we want to make our shafts, because that's how you place these mechanical belts. And then from there, what did I say I was going to need? Basic blob, so that's 4, 5. Then I don't know how that's going to want to work, but I guess we'll figure it out here in a second. So we need 4 deployers and probably at least 2 processors. We'll try it with 1 and see how that works. So 4 deployers and 1 processor. Let's save that. What did I say? Did I say a processor? I think it's like a presser or something. Mechanical press. That takes blocks of iron. So we need andesite, shafts, and its respected things. So I think this takes quite a bit of iron. Didn't mean to do all of those, but it's fine. I actually need brass as well. We have 4, so that's exactly how many I need there. And then I'm wanting to say, for these deployers, I need 4 brass sheets apiece. So that means we're going to need 16. And we can get that by just gently tossing that up there. Wrong one. And now here in a short second, we will have all of these made. And then I'm also going to have to get rotational energy down over here around and up to right here. I'm going to kind of clog up this middle hallway here, but we'll probably try to frame this in here in a minute to make it look nice. Okay, so we need andesite alloys as well. Luckily we have 16, so we're good there. 4 brass hands, 4 deployers, and we need a block of iron for there, or for the mechanical press. Just like that, easy peasy. And so what we'll want to do, I guess we'll place this into the floor, at least the belts. That is incorrect. I'm trying to do there and there. I actually need to take this a little bit further. Right there will probably be good. I am going to have to power that, but first things first, we can do this. And so with our respected... Oh, that's not correct. Maybe I need an empty hand to pick stuff up. Yeah. Yeah, this is what we want to do. That's 100% not what I want it to do. And so is that. I didn't want those to go in there. I want you to go up and in. Place our zinc back down in there. Break that apart. Up, up, and in. I didn't even think about placing that there, honestly. So 6, 8, 9. The problem is these are going to be inconsistent. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I've also got to figure out how to get power up to these. Right. That is not correct. I forgot I placed these down like that. I can link them all together down through the center. just like that. And then same with the mechanical press, if I can get back here. Just like that, we're good there. Only thing left to do is to get essentially gearboxes to right here. And then we'll have to engineer this to make it work. So let's grab ourselves some gearboxes. 2 base, 4 of those. Let's actually grab a few more of the base ones. Got shafts. Yeah, that should be all we need to actually transfer this. Okay, so we're gonna come up right here. We're gonna dig down a little bit so we can hide this back here in a moment. Nice and easy. Hopefully this doesn't overload the system. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if it did. And we want a vertical gearbox. Shaft, shaft. Shaft, vertical gearbox. Shaft, shaft, shaft. Shaft. Not vertical gearbox. We want a normal gearbox. It's going to run down this way. Need a way up. We want to break these andesite casings. Vertical gearbox. Vertical gearbox. And then I need one more vertical gearbox in actuality. And we overstressed the system. So more water wheels coming our way. Were those EMC-able? They are. So let's just grab one of these bad boys. And so when it says we're overstressed, that means we just need more available energy. But this comes from the simple fact of we just don't have enough like stress units available from our water wheels here. Like, it was so much broken that it is starting to break the water wheels. And the pickaxe broke. Again. So I guess we'll break more of this down. And then what we're going to want to do, we'll want to go straight out from here. Is that correct? I don't think so. That is 24,000 EMC. It looks like it's third block up. Right there. Let's break this momentarily and see if it's a problem of we're just trying to connect too many. Is it you? Maybe it's the water? I don't know, I'm genuinely confused. Gotta make a really interesting pathway out from in there. We'll go grab more water. Should I have probably made an infinite water source over here? Probably. Could I still do it? Absolutely. Definitely the wise way to do this. Oh, they're turning backwards. And that was a incorrectly placed gearbox. And I'm about to drown. I wonder if that's functioning. That is. I managed to unstress the system. I don't particularly want to force this yet. I put that in a very inconvenient spot for myself. Which one's the copper one? This one? That's copper, that's coal. Got zinc there. They'll all be put in their respective ones. Pick up our stone. And this should automatically transform. It looks like I might need another mechanical press. So, it is a iron block, which I can't get from in there. But mechanical presses are like the easiest thing on this planet to make. We want to extend out our shaft here. I can't believe it's actually spinning the correct way. And that overstressed it. Great. Well, you know what that means. Time to add in more water wheels. We're operating on a thin budget here. And the pickaxe broke. That's fantastic. Where is my torch? Adding these in has seemed to have helped the problem. We're actually spinning again. And so, oh, that's inconvenient. So if I'm going to want to do that, I'm going to have to get 10 of these, unless I want to figure out a way to loop it back around 10 times and then filter it off. Which I think is honestly a feasible thing to do. Because I should be able to like whitelist if I can get a upgrade. Like one of these basic upgrades, I think I can filter with those. So it takes redstone and iron, essentially. Basic pipe upgrade. And we'll want this going into a chest, which I think I'm also going to need something from the create mod here. Let's look here. It should be something that, like, goes into... it's something in here. I just don't remember what it's called. Maybe it's a funnel? So it looks like a piece of kelp and andesite alloy. Andesite alloy is in my inventory. And I think... I can place it there. Yes, that worked flawlessly. And then if I can bring you around, I guess with a... Nope, that's not correct. Neither is that, because I need to be able... How am I going to get out from right here? Okay, I can leave from this way, actually. But I can also break this as well. I guess we'll put down another chest there. I'm just trying to rig it at this point. Not going to look the greatest, but it should be functionable. Okay, I can't filter with that one. I need a better upgrade. You take gold, so we're going to have to get gold figured out rather quickly. So we can get gold by washing red sand? How do I get red sand? And we can get red sand by crushing crushed netherrack again. Okay. We're kind of going about this in a weird way, I know. What does it take to make a compressed hammer? Oh, it just takes 9 of the normal hammers. Compressed hammer. So that means we go in here, get our compressed netherrack, EMC of that bad boy. And what did it take to get gold on that? I have the mind of a goldfish, I swear. I know there was a wash recipe for it. Yeah, so compressed crushed netherrack also gets us there. So I'll place down as much of this as I can. By that I mean pretty much whatever I get here. And we want to go to shapeless. Didn't mean to throw that out. Then we want to crush up, or we want to craft that back up into compressed crushed netherrack, which we can't learn the recipe for, unfortunately. We'll place down all of this. Grab our compressed hammer. This is going to take a hot second. But, why didn't we get red sand? Why can I not uncraft that? If I do this one at a time, does it work? No. Hey, caramba. Let's try. Something's not right. Something is definitely broken. Where is just normal, like this should, like, give me a... was I not using the right hammer? I almost guarantee you that's what it was. Let's find out. Let's see if I'm stupid. Compressed, crushed netherrack. Eh? Yeah, so that doesn't work. So maybe we just have to do it one at a time to get to the red sand? That definitely got us red sand. Okay, you reversed polarity, so we need a gearbox for you. Polarity's not the right word, but yeah, it's what I'm familiar with. Gearbox will fix that right on up. How much gold did I need for what I'm trying to do? 4? I got 6 nuggets, so I'm going to have to do quite a bit more of what I just did. Can I make like a builder's wand or something? I can. I can make a stone or an iron one, which is a stick and, yeah, 2 items. So obviously roll with iron. I got the recipe backwards. My bad. It's 2 sticks per. I really need to grab some food out from in here. I'm going to end up starving. Put it in our offhand so it's easier to consume. And my hammer has broken. Grab a new one. $64 and $35. Will that give me enough gold? Probably not. Oh, that's EMCable. I saw it just out of the corner of my eye. That it said like EMC value, or it says stack EMC up there. It's like, that would probably be wise. That'll take just a second. I don't know what this can give us other than gold. It can give us dead bushes. Which are EMCable. That gives us back a little bit of a return. So I think we need 36. Okay, why is that not processing up? Those are too far away. But we got all of our nice little gold ingots here. We actually even ended up with an even 9, which is insane. So let's go grab our basic filter out from in this, because it's not functioning correctly at all. And hopefully this one actually works. Because I just want to be able to whitelist. Nope. That one requires diamonds, which are going to be an issue. Okay. I don't know of a way to make a sieve. Yeah, so how would we go about this? None of that really helps. Oh, we can sift like that. Let's bookmark you as well, because I think it said we need a brass sifter. So we just need, okay, we're making progress. But anyway, let me put this fella down like he's supposed to be. But now if we can catch it, it should function correctly. Only thing we really need is to do is feed in every now and then. some of these fellas. Probably should take the cobblestone out from in there before it starts trying to feed that. Like, these things are slow, but they make it eventually. Okay, so where are we sitting at here? Okay, so we're making the sifter, so we need brass. Okay, I got 51 brass on me, actually. So sifter is going to be cogwheel, piece of stone, some planks, andesite casing, and a stick. Grab at you. Let's see, what are we missing? Cogwheel, stone, and planks. I think andesite will work in that capacity. So I should just need planks. That gives us a sifter. So then we just need some brass sheets, which are superbly easy to make. Just like that, we have what we need to make a brass sifter. Okay, so brass sifter with an advanced brass mesh. So that's going to be 4 more brass sheets and a brass mesh. Okay, all super simple. But I say I need 4 more. Shouldn't take very long at all. It wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't overload the system again. So this needs to essentially... Hadn't overloaded it yet. We need gravel. Ah. We did get our first diamond there. Let me... My inventory is full. This is not good. Alright, we're gonna change a little something here. As far as I can tell, I can practically replace that with the millstone. One other thing. Where did it go? Right, like, I see my millstone, I got my mesh back. But I don't see the sifter. Did I accidentally store it somewhere? Not in there, not in there, not in there. Don't see it in there, don't see it back here. Oh, it's back here. Okay, I was about to lose my marbles. I think it took quite a bit of resources to make. That was going to be kind of sad. throw our gravel up here. And we just need this to make us 4 diamonds. Oh, we can also get nuggets of experience. We'll move diamonds up to the top left, that way so we can see for when we get it. I don't want stone stairs. So I got run it through quite a few times. We're up to 2 diamonds. I mean, this is a pretty quick system, all things considered. We're now getting redstone and lapis. And gold as well from here. Didn't mean to throw the brass there, though. One more is all we require. Let's head over here and go ahead and preemptively pick up our upgrade. We got our 4 diamonds. I love spelling. It's fantastic. So that's going to take 36 redstone. Which luckily we do have from when we did all that washing. Alright, let's see if the advanced pipe upgrade can do what I need it to do. Hallelujah. Got it. Blacklist. Basic transmutable shard. And just to see that work, I need to break this. Cool. And so now, we need another funnel. So that requires andesite casing, I believe. Oh, it takes kelp. Okay. And we'll need a chest from in here as well. I must have placed that in backwards. Alright, so I think we can actually go ahead and throw in quite a few of these. There is going to be a backup form right here. But it will eventually figure itself out. And it looks like we're out of irons already. But it's starting to cycle through these. And remember, these are 16,000 EMC apiece. That is fully automated. It's pretty slow, but it's fully automated. So this is waiting on an iron, which I don't know why it's not extracting. Oh, it's working on it. It's a little slow. Don't get me wrong, I know it's slow. But it's working on itself. And this is going to take it a second to catch up on going through and hammering all of these out. We're up to 2 of these basic shards. Let's go ahead and throw them into the EMC table because we're getting pretty low. Our coal is actually full as well. I didn't really expect for that to happen. Get back here. I want to place as much as possible into that, because I don't want to deal with it. There we go. I'd say semi-automated. Is there like an EMC link? I mean, there is. So that's lava. How much magma did I get from? So that's an interesting concept here. You can mill it. Okay. Crushing, or we can get it by milling. Maybe we get the millstone back out for a moment. If I can find it. Right there. Place you there. And what do we want? Red sand? No, it's crushed netherrack. And the hammer broke. That's always nice. I thought that I had EMC'd the other thing. Maybe not. I have now. Got a bunch of crushed netherrack now. Which I think this is about our only way to get magma cream right now. And blaze powder. And nether quartz, so pretty functionable. That's incorrect. We'll set that to extract. Oh, they're EMCable. Magma blocks. No, no, no. Go away. If I throw this over here, I think that's supposed to become something else. It's showing the particles like it might. Yep, that's how we get obsidian. Which also has an EMC value. Why did I do this? I don't remember. What was I doing? What was I doing to need obsidian? I'm scrolling through the crafting recipes to try to figure it out. No, that doesn't seem right. No, 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 no. I love knowing what I'm doing. No clue. So that doesn't sift down. If I do that, I know I never get it back. Hmm. Do I just throw it in the millstone for now? Because that's going to be a pretty good source of magma cream. You know what? Screw it. Let's make another hopper. I meant to grab a additional chest. That'll work its way through. I mean, that's already up to 7,200 EMC right there. And that's on top of the blaze power. So that's quite a healthy payday there as well. I mean, 8,000 EMC right now, that's fantastic. And then I guess whenever this produces, I don't want you to be able to. Okay, so we're going to have the problem of I need another filter. Do I have the gold stored somewhere? I do. Okay, so filter. Need iron and iron ingots. Or nuggets, sorry. And redstone would be helpful. That takes us basic, improved. I don't actually think I have enough redstone for this. So how did I get redstone the last time? Through washing iron. Okay. Luckily, I have quite a bit of iron. I just want my redstone. And this is definitely the quickest way by far to process this stuff. Process this stuff. Jeez. I know that we need 4 of those. Where did my gold go? I've already made the gold one. I'm an idiot. Advanced upgrade. Yeah, so you're going to be whitelisted after this gets done. Let's help it along a little bit. I need this to make another iron resource core. That way so I can actually whitelist it. I probably could have just placed it up here. In hindsight. I was waiting on a tick there as well. But it's hardening. Uh, say hopper, funnel, or other means? Other means, in other words, to me, I don't know about y'all. That's what other means to me. How'd they get down there? Oh, I broke the thing. That's right. But just to be safe on this entire system here, I think I already put in the upgrade. Yep. We just want to add in a whitelist for the iron resource cores. So if I throw you in, you don't go anywhere now. Cool beans. And it's just a fact of life at this point that every now and then we'll get a little bit of iron being stupid, but we can make one. So we've made 10 of these now. So we're up to 211,000 EMC. I need to go through and craft up some of these into nuggets. Nice and easy. Cool beans. That wants us to make a water wheel for the quest. Might as well just to have it show it as 100% complete. And the next thing is a porcelain crucible, which is porcelain clay, which is clay and bone meal. Bone meal we can get from sifting sand, which is also how we get redstone and bone meal. Let's grab a few stacks of sand. That's not the correct tool. I want that in the sifter. That's not working? Question mark? Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, you can't have the advanced mesh in. That's what it is. Which is kind of stupid. But what do I know? What do we get if we run it through the millstone? That's what we're here for, is doing some market research for everybody. So milling it gets us dust, glowstone, and kelp, so that's completely worthless. Okay. So I guess I just need to make a different type of mesh. So it looked like in this sifter, if we just put a brass mesh in, we'd be good. So that's brass and sticks. Let's see if we can find the sticks, and we should have a piece of brass somewhere right there. And then we'll grab the sand out. We can place that down, and now we're sifting the sand into what should be redstone. And right there's our advanced mesh. And our bone meal as well. Okay. That's how we get white dye clay. Get by washing sand. That's another one of those easy enough recipes. Is there like a half block or something? There's 16. Got our bone meal. Both of these things are EMCable. So bone meal. And now I just gotta find the clay. Super simple. Porcelain clay. Take it, make a unfired crucible. Then we just gotta fire that bad boy up, and then it'll complete the quest line 100% there. Very nice. Must have had a new iron come through. And it looks like we're holding serve on the rest of them as well. Like, iron is our holdup. At least at this point. Nice. And this has got a second iron bar in it now. We'll move that down here just for visual space or sakes. It's a bit unfortunate the way that that works out, but which I suppose probably would mean it wouldn't be a horrid idea to break you temporarily until we can get another iron resource generator up and going. Just since we have that waste in this one. Almost out of grout as well. We'll throw in a little bit of extra iron to help it out. Lord knows it needs it. So slow. Help it out again, because I just don't want to be here all day. And I'll just get another iron flowing in. There we go. It's hardening up. And we have our second iron resource core up and running. I guess if we was trying to go for max efficiency, we'd probably do 3 of each. Which, honestly, I don't see a reason not to. Let's grab some more of these resource generators. That was a lot of our EMC gone. Okay. How do I want to do this? Not really like that. I think something like that is what we want to roll with. Then we'll just have to place in another one here in a second. I don't know. Maybe we jump up to 6 coals? Not sure if that's a good idea. It's close. We gotta wait on one more to smelt out. Go ahead and get the copper going. Get another coal. Zinc and zinc. Wait. Nope. Get the coal out for menu. And I fell down again. Suboptimal. Let's hop back up here. Place you in. And then right quickly, we want to break all those apart. Get our third iron core in. Let's go through and get all of these cores out. They do us no good. So we should be operating 3 times more effectively. But I mean, we're still gonna have the whole shortage there. We may have screwed ourselves here, though. That'd be my only thing. In terms of, we may run out rather quickly. As we are out of grout again. So I suppose we can do a compressed grout haul. I remember what I was getting it for. The EMC link. It took me a minute, but I want the basic EMC link. Oh, that takes dark matter. It's doable. It's gonna put a strain on us for a minute, but so we need diamonds, redstone, and pretty much all the coal we can get our hands on. Okay, so we need 2 of you, so which means we're gonna need 8 dark matter blocks. Boy. We are going to need to sift a whole bunch. What was diamonds? Sift recipe, advanced brass. Okay. one more time because I am stupid. Advanced brass with gravel. I wish there was an easier way to swap out the meshes. But as of now, the only way I know to do it is to break them. We'll leave that in there. And we'll just grab out a metric ton of gravel. Because I'm going to need a lot more diamonds than what I have. There we go. And that is ever so slowly. Not really slowly, but going to be, you know, giving us diamonds, hopefully. Because we're going to need a bunch for this. Let me go ahead. Can I get, like, a compress thing? I meant like a compression drawer, but compacting drawer is what I meant. Probably. But we can also get like a auto compression, which is 4 crafting tables. That's feasible. I mean, we'll give it a go. Like, it's not a bad recipe at all. So how does this auto compressor work? It takes power, so that does not work at all for me. Okay. Back to trying other things. So let's grab a compacting drawer. So that is going to take pistons and, yeah, nothing too bad. So I think cobblestone and planks. And we just need 2 pistons, nice and easy. We'll go ahead and make 10 just to have. So we need smooth stone and a storage drawer, which is a chest, as far as I know. Yeah, we can just turn them straight into oak drawers, which do have an EMC value as well. Oh, then I forgot the smooth stone. I guess it's just called stone, but I can't believe pistons aren't EMCable. I guess it's where they have iron in them. My concern is this is going to probably try to pull away, isn't it, from running everything else downstream. Okay, so anyway, back to what we was doing. Well, actually, that's going to have to wait till next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.